Welcome back. Today I'm going to be commencing my review of the Diamond Select Toys Star Wars Collector's Edition Boba Fett action figure. Is this action figure a paragon of Rosanna perfection, or should it be relegated to the dumpster, or is it kicked dry so insipid unalloyed mediocrity? The form of a quantitative score would have to raise this action figure to be a 7 out of 10. It's meritorious, it's stupendous, it's stellar. This action figure hits all cylinders in terms of its qualities. This action figure is a high quality sculpt. He has a high quality design. He has high quality shadings, high quality textures, high quality accessories. This action figure will appease you. This action figure will pique your interest and tickle your fancy, especially if you're an avid, devout Star Wars fan. This action figure is the quintessential Boba Fett action figure, in my opinion. This action figure has 16 points of articulation, and he coincides eminently well with the prodigious 6 to 7-inch action figure collection. What are my gripes appertaining to this figure? Well, unfortunately, much to my dismay, much to my consternation, much to my agony, much to my grief, much to my distress, he commands a hefty, lofty, steep, staggering, exorbitant premium price of $25 plus sales tax, which is a cost-prohibitive price point for the average action figure collector to concede to paying. Fortunately, much to my relief, this action figure not only comes with a blaster, as well as a blast effect, but also comes bundled with flamethrower effect, twin jet thruster effects, as well as an alternative hand. So he has a copious amount of accessories, which is always ideal. The more they could consolidate into the package, the merrier. But unlike an 8R Toby's Marvel Legends action figure, this action figure is devoid of a Build-A-Figure piece for a meticulously detailed behemoth of a 14 to 16-inch Build-A-Figure. Furthermore, he's devoid of a comic book, unlike an 8R Toby's Marvel Legends action figure. And unlike an 8R Toby's Marvel Legends action figure, he lacks an additional figure. If you recollect, the 8R Toby's Marvel Legends Silver Surfer action figure came bundled with the Howard the Duck action figure. Furthermore, the $8 Toby's Marvel Legends Deadpool action figure came bundled with the Dupe action figure. So they're going to charge us 312% more. The retail price of an 8R Toby's Marvel Legends action figure is 312% more. The retail price than an 8R DC Universe Classics action figure. We should get a myriad of Build-A-Figure pieces, as well as a plethora of comic books in tandem with additional figures. However, you can't go wrong buying this action figure. He's a high-quality action figure. I love his weathering effect. I love his deco. I love the fact that he emulates his movie counterpart. I love the fact that he comes bundled with a cornucopia of accessories. He looks like he's ready to pummel his adversaries to a bloody pulp. Boba Fett is a menacing, diabolical, sadistic, iniquitous, cunning, conniving character. He's a notorious bounty hunter. He ravages his adversaries, he hones in on them, and renders them decedents. Anyone who comes in contact with him is preordained to succumb to defeat. So, if you're an avowed action figure collector, if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, then you can't go wrong splurging with $25 plus sales tax on a hunk of plastic, presuming that you can afford to part with $25 plus sales tax on a single Star Wars action figure. So I'm hoping that I can procure this figure sometime in the pending future. The future is enigmatic and is obscured beyond a veil of time. I'm just hoping that the price can plunge on the second-hand market so that I can procure this figure at under $15. Is that possible? Perhaps. I do not know. Is the price preordained to amplify? Is it preordained to plunge into the abyss? I do not know. The future is enigmatic, but I'm under the axiom that if I wait long enough, I can buy a slew of Diamond Select Toys Star Wars action figures in a lot for under $15 per figure, possibly, or perhaps under $20 per figure, but I do not want to concede to paying the $25 plus sales tax price point for a single Star Wars figure. I can't afford to pay that anyway, but if I could, I would prefer to defer buying it so that hopefully I can buy it for a lower price point. But if you have money to splurge with, then by all means you will not be disappointed by buying this figure, assuming that you ineffably love the Star Wars series. If you detest and disdain the Star Wars series, and you may want to forgo buying this figure, it's up to you. You need to be a pioneer of your own destiny and implement your own decisions based on your own volition. So 7 out of 10 is my final verdict and adjudicating over this matter. Going forward in the pending future, I hope that Diamond Select Toys can integrate Build-A-Figure pieces with their Star Wars action figures. I hope that they could integrate comic books with their Star Wars action figures, and I hope that they could integrate additional figures into the package with their Star Wars action figures. But my hopes, my desires will likely not come to fruition, unfortunately. It's completely outside of my purview, but we do get value for hard-earned money, but we just don't get as much value as Toy Biz provided with their $8 Toy Biz More Legends action figures, nor as much value as Mattel provided with their $8 DC Universe Classics action figures. So I utilize those action figures as a benchmark for comparison of value, but considering it's 2020, this would not be an abysmal purchase. You may be discontent with asking price, but you will be satisfied with the figure because he does have latitude for dynamic posability with 16 points of articulation, shadings, textures, aesthetics, and details are of high quality, and his sculpt is just superb. So it's unfortunate that in the digital era, when we buy action figures, we get less for more, whereas in the early 2000s, we got more for less. This action figure is meritorious, stupendous, and stellar in all facets. I just would have preferred if more accessories, comic books, additional figures, DVDs, and Build-A-Figure pieces came bundled with this figure, but that's not the case in this context. So 7 out of 10 is my final review score. If this figure were released in the early 2000s, the price point would have been substantially lower, more than likely so, and we would have perhaps received additional accessories at least, but who knows what would have transpired. I hope that you found this video to be engrossing. Have a blissful day and a glorious night. I hope that you were regaled and bedazzled. Goodbye.